Hey everybody, welcome to Software Quality and Beer. I am here with my partner in crime, Matt Kubal.
Hello.
And we are also joined by Ron Kurlinski, who's with Checkpoint Technologies.
Hi.
Hey, Ron, thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Cheers. Cheers.
So today we are going to provide some tips and tricks, some ideas, especially Ron, because he has a ton of experience in this area, on what kind of information you can provide to us or whatever resource partner you use to find resources and bring on, hire better team members or contractors, etc. So with that said, I tell you what, Ron, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Sure.
What are, share some of your ideas, maybe some of the biggest challenges you see, what you'd like to see them give us when they contact us and say, hey, we need this kind of a person.
Exactly. So the biggest challenge right now for all corporations is the whole recruiting system is kind of broken, right? So they put out ads on their website or the various sites, and then what happens is they get tons of resumes and they filter them through a recruiting system that looks for specific words. And if your resume doesn't have that word, you're not selected. You could be the most qualified, but because you lack that one word, you don't get even a first look. So these companies contact Checkpoint Technologies, and they contact us because they know we can provide quality people. And one way we go about doing that is we go beyond the job description. Most companies want to give you a job description. Here's the qualifications they need. But you find out, you dig a little deeper, ask 5 more questions on what's important, and you find that there are a tremendous amount of other attributes that this candidate should have they don't tell you up front. So a lot of times you don't find that out until the interview. Oh, this candidate was horrible. You talk to the candidate says, it went great. So where do you find the truth, right? You sit through those interviews. It's hard, it's not easy, companies don't like it, but it's a way you start listening to the questions that they're asking, and then you look through all your notes. Hey, you told me the 5 top skills were this, but you're asking about something totally different. One of the great examples of this, so we were asked for one of our customers to find a resource that has migrated ALM to Octane. They were going from waterfall to agile. We're like, oh, we know.
I remember this well.
We know
Yes.
this. We know the space really well.
Yep.
So we identified a couple different.
We invested some serious time. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We vetted them for that skill set. Yeah.
And so we had some really good candidates going into this process. So I weaseled my way in, like I do. And
Ron's not a weasel.
I'm not a weasel, but I weaseled my way into the interview. And then not only were they talking about Octane experience and ALM experience, they started asking, well, what other technologies have you integrated with Octane? Wait, hold on. What do you mean what other technologies? Well, have you integrated Jenkins, or have you done this? Have you done that? It was way out of the scope of the job description, of the list of priorities. And so now it's you don't disrupt the interview. Never do that. But one thing you come back and said, Bob, hey, this is what they were asking. What could that be? And so it was kind of a reset. And come to find out, a lot of times we'll find customers that will try to put 3 different positions into one because they want to save money, they want a lot of things done, and it just doesn't work out. So we have to come to them and basically say, that's not going to work. You're talking about 3 different positions.
Right.
Let's focus on the one that's more important.
Right. And let me share right there too, because a lot of times organizations are very reluctant to have us observe, and that's all we would do is observe, but observe the interview. And it helps us to find you resources for the reasons Ron was just saying. And the other thing, keep in mind, we're not going to share with future candidates the questions you're going to be asking. That would not benefit us in any way, because you then, you'd bring them on board, find out they weren't right. But the thing is, it helps us to better understand what you're truly looking for.
And Bob, I think that's a great point because every customer fears that we're going to release all the questions to all the candidates,
Yeah.
and so they're
No,
going to
we're
have
not
the
gonna do
perfect
that.
answer to every single question, and that's not the case.
Right,
Because,
right.
like Bob said, there is no way that they're going to be successful on your project.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we refuse to do that, but we got to understand what is needed for that resource to be successful at your location, on your project.
That's right. That's right. And the other thing too, I'll be honest with you, because we try to ensure that it's a win for everyone. It helps us with the candidate that we submitted to you. Maybe they don't work out, but it helps us realize, well, wait a minute, Joe wasn't right for you, but they'd be perfect for them. They have the level of knowledge or the type of knowledge, the skill sets that company ABC is looking for. So it helps us help them as well.
Absolutely. And then the other thing is timing. Timing has to be realistic, right? So a lot of times we need this person urgently. Well, you're looking for a person, a technology that's only been out for 5 years. You're looking for 10 years experience. Not sure that's going to work, ever, right?
Right.
So you have to be realistic about your expectations, as well as we have to set your expectations. That's part of our job, is being that transparent, giving you that transparency throughout the process. So in the search of finding those individuals, hey, we're coming across individuals that have this type of skill set or that type of skill set, but not both. We're just not finding them. So do we reset and is it broken down in two different roles, or is it the first role is the most important, and then we'll go after that one?
Yeah, great point. The other thing that I want you to share with us that helps so much is, what is the culture of your organization? What is, what's the personality you're looking for? Do you want people who are just having a strong attention to detail? Do you prefer introverts who are more analytical? Do you want extroverts who just are great at getting up there and speaking in front of the team? These kind of things help. Makes a huge difference.
And some of that for me, just because I've been doing this for so long, is intrinsic on when you say, hey, we don't have a strong framework or we don't have a strong process, then I know that individual has to be assertive. They have to be assertive in order to be successful. So those are some of the things that aren't talked about or shared. But even so, I personally interview the candidates, so I know if they're assertive enough or if they're passive enough for that environment.
Absolutely.
And the more I get involved and the more I talk with different individuals in your company, the better I understand the culture, the better I can individualize that resource or that candidate in order to make sure that they're a good fit for your culture, your project, because I know that not everybody's a fit for every environment. It just doesn't work.
Right. Absolutely. And then, in looking for candidates, we're going to try to find candidates, if you say you want somebody who you need them to be autonomous, we're going to look for somebody where they don't need a lot of, I hate to use the word hand-holding, that sounds so negative, but they don't need a lot of regular contact. The other thing is, we try to figure out, more about your team. I had a situation where somebody shared that an individual wasn't as engaged as they were used to. Well, it's all relative. They said that, but the rest of their team was somebody who I happen to know was always engaged. So you'd almost say over the top.
Right.
So it's all relative too, but these kind of things help us out.
Absolutely. The one thing I'll give you a tip as a customer, as somebody who's looking for resources, it is paramount that you have some kind of referral systems. Everybody wants to gain or get resources that are similar to the resources they have, that are being successful in their company. So to beef up your referral program, I think that would help you tremendously. Always, you're going to have the ebb and flow of projects where You need to tap companies like Checkpoint Technologies for additional resources, and that's always important. But referral program, if I could leave you with one thing, man, you beef that up and you'll get better candidates because you'll get people incentivized to refer their friends, refer previous coworkers that they enjoyed working with.
Well, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And one of the things that I'll do a lot, while I don't pressure anybody to drink, but I might invite you here to Thirsty Buffalo in Odessa with me and say, hey, you can grab a tea if you want, a soda, a flight,
yeah.
right? What are
Yeah.
you drinking there, Matt?
Definitely not pressured into this.
No, he wasn't.
There's a Captain Kolsch obviously, Hazy Grazer, some sort of IPA, Scottish Goodbye, I think it's a Scotch Ale, and Black Pearl, which is I forget. It's,
Black Pearl, that I like the name of it.
That's
So-
some sort of stout.
No, I like that.
But they are all very good beers,
Nice.
as usual.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, great. And what are you drinking there, Ron?
I'm drinking their Rambler. It's the Amber Ale.
And I'm drinking the same thing I was drinking last time, which is the Trailmaker, their award-winning APA. So, and that's at Thirsty Buffalo here in Odessa, Florida. So if you guys ever get a chance. But, seriously, one of the things I'll do when I'm in, so now I'm talking about when I'm going through an interviewing a candidate. If they make it past the first interview, I'm very likely to get them in a setting where maybe they're more comfortable, and something like this or lunch or whatnot, where they'll be more open about what it is that they're looking for. Because I figure if they're not a good fit for us, Checkpoint Technologies, then maybe I can give them some guidance on where they might want to look. Mm-hmm. What other tips might you give someone?
So as far as for companies,
Yeah.
Overall, right? The tip I would give is partner with your partner. I mean, really, truly partner with the company that you're trying to get resources from, and really, it's a vested interest for both parties to be successful. Because obviously, we want to find the right candidate, that meets all the qualifications and that is very successful. Same as a client, they want the same exact thing. So truly partner, work together in kind of harmony in order to bring that to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Nice. Well, great. Ron, thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting
All right,
me, Bob.
Matt, I've never toasted anybody with a flight. We'll just have you toast
You
with
want to do
one.
each of them? Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
Hey, thank you, everybody. Reach out to us if you have any questions or, any input, any comments, and go to our website, check it out. We always try to put some great blogs up there with tips and tricks. But thank you so much for joining us today. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.